Hey y'all, it's Krypton Critics. We're here to review Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.2. Stu, what did you think about the movie?
Anybody who didn't think it was as good as the first one, no, gotta disagree. Definitely just as good. Excellent movie. Fun to watch. And, not just popcorn fluff either.
Yeah, there was a point where I got a little worried that it was going to get a bit, not necessarily ridiculous in the sense of like comedic value, but just what's going on.
Yeah.
This is a spoiler review, so we can say whatever we want in this. But I really do like Ego in this movie. I think he's a really good villain. Not necessarily what he does, but he has good motivation.
Mm-hmm.
We understand where his mind is. He's conflicted. He didn't originally want to kill Star-Lord's mother. He actually developed feelings for her.
Right.
And that's the problem with him. He loses his humanity to become the greatest being, with power. But
Exactly.
when he starts to do that, there's a lot of sequences of like explosions and dust and rocks, and like this is a bit too much. This is like it's like if you put Dragon Ball Z in Sahara Desert and just dust everywhere. It's a little too much.
Yeah, there were some points that got a little Michael Bay with the huge amounts of detail flying at your face, all the explosions everywhere. They really went for the wow factor on a lot of it to kind of blow people away with the visuals. What I really liked about Ego was how they did this kind of slow reveal where at first you're not sure what's going on, and if you're not really thinking about it, you're just following the flow of the movie, you're kind of like, well, this all didn't seem so bad, you're not necessarily looking for what's going to pop out at you and be, the bad guy. So it's kind of like he's not just all bad up front. It's like, oh, he's not so bad. He's oh, wait a minute, he's kind of a dick. Oh, wait a minute, he's really the bad guy.
Yeah,
oh crap!
He doesn't throw his mustache. So yes, you shall join me.
Exactly.
We will control the galaxy. As father and son.
And when we were walking out of the theater, I said, this is like such a Gen X white guy movie that I'm probably the co-reviewer for this one. Ego was every Gen X kid's, white kid at least, suburban, whatever, rural, whatever, every Gen X's boomer yuppie type who went for all the power and, didn't really have time to be at home with the kid when the kid was growing up. And then Yondu was like every kid like me who grew up poor as shit and had the kind of selfish, okay, Yondu's a thief, most of our parents were into drugs or something, but, they had kind of the dirtbag trailer park vibe going on there.
All the Raptors did.
Yeah,
they're all alien white trash.
Exactly. And,
especially Taserface.
Nothing on you if you live in a trailer park, because this is shot in a trailer, so, don't feel like I'm taking a shot. Mm-hmm. It's just the fact.
It's a stereotype.
It's a stereotype, but this is one of the stereotypes where, there's a little bit of truth to it. Yeah. Some stereotypes like that. Not all.
Like, you can get mad at a movie where, it's like on TV, where there's like a crime drama and we have, a rapist that, is on a college campus and he doesn't think it's rape.
Right.
Or if there's like a kid that dropped out of school, he's a black kid and he gets into a gang. I mean, are those stereotypes? Yes. Do they exist? Yeah. So
yeah,
you kind of gotta take it.
Yeah. And this movie also really leans on the whole family and duty vibe from an emotional level.
Obviously, because it had Vin Diesel in it.
Yeah, there you go. There you
go. But he didn't sound like Vin Diesel. He just sounded like a little munchkin.
Yeah. I would like to see a little more Groot going on, but what they had was kind of cute, and it kind of goes with the whole, I don't know. There's kind of this thread running through the last movie and this one and the comic book too, where it's kids are forced into these uncomfortable situations, and that's just a reality of life. The adults do stuff, the kids are along for the ride, so you're kind of like feeling for Groot, like he's getting thrown into this, and he's just trying to be a kid, man. But reality keeps like jumping him, and it gets really really sad in the middle there, where the Ravagers are
it's
all
what good
taunting him.
writers of events will highlight. If a bunch of characters fighting and they have a bunch of young characters thrown into it,
Yeah.
good writers make it stressful for them. Bad
Right.
writers just like, oh, they're there.
Oh, they're badass warriors, and that's their life. No, throw some emotion in there. Yeah, we get plenty of emotion in here.
Well, they usually don't have that problem. The problem they usually have is, like, even in film, it's not that they're badass. That's usually
Okay.
for the big summer blockbuster movies. But it's just like, well, we think we're being clever.
Right.
And we just want to put asses in the seats, or looking at a book. It's not really about depth.
Right.
If that happens, that was kind of like it just happened.
And
It's
this
just
is,
because someone's performance or one character that's maybe written by somebody else or just an idea was interesting enough, didn't really service the story. That's what a lot of writers of film and books have.
right. That's kind of shallow writing, where the connections are very
Yeah, like a lot of cool
Shallow.
shit's happening, but why do I care? What can I?
the connection to the audience too.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking more the in-plot connections, where they're all very, very weak and superficial. But you're right, that's if you have superficial connections between the characters, you can bet the writing's going to have a superficial connection to the audience too.
Mhm.
This is one where this movie was the equal of the original,
I like it slightly more.
and it was in love with spoiling its own dramatic moments. With
Yeah.
some little one-off or something ridiculous happens, it was in love with spoiling it, and maybe that's a little bit of that impression of depth, because you get that badass moment where it's like, look, oh, cool entrance, and then something happens to take to deflate it a little bit,
Mhm.
and it's like that's the little bit of humanity, because that's real life. We don't get
Something
badass
that the
entrances.
DC movies do not have.
Yeah. But I mean,
It's like,
real
we're badass and
people.
cool, bro.
Yeah, real people. That's just
Real
every
people
day.
fuck up.
Yeah,
Real
Yeah.
people look awkward doing shit.
exactly. We have our cool moment, but then something comes along to deflate it, and it's called freaking reality. So it was nice to have that touch in there. Even though it's, the plot is like everything in the universe is going to become ego if, the Guardians of the Galaxy fail, there's that humanizing touch through the entire thing.
Okay.
And Kat, you're not in this review.
Mhm. Oh shit. This movie is freaking hilarious. I don't need to tell you that you already probably, even if you haven't seen it, you're like, oh, automatically, it's day one.
Right,
It's
right.
It's
There's going to be
good.
comedy.
Yeah. And
It's there.
a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to be slapsticky. There are a few parts. But a lot of it is knowing the arc or archetype of the different characters.
Okay.
I really liked a lot of the comedy from Drax.
Yes.
He really shined in this movie. And he started to get into the concept of figurative language.
Right.
Before he didn't.
So even Drax can evolve, which is nice.
Now, I really did like Ego. Another character that showed up in this movie that I really like is Mantis.
Mm-hmm.
She's played by Palm Clementif. And like every line she has is like either it's heartfelt or it's adorable. I really like her character. Everybody see the first movie, it has introduction and the clear, like, one bad guy. This
Right.
one has, like, 3.
Yeah.
And everyone gets a little depth. That's what I really like about movies that are connected. One of the worst things that a sequel can do is not add anything more to the characters that previously been shown.
Yes, to kind of stand pat on the characters and go, oh, we've got a formula. Now, now we can win with that formula. Let's just recycle it 3 times. Yeah, they're not doing this here.
Like,
Not really.
like you just saw Civil War yesterday. I think the best thing about the movie is that everybody gets the time to shine, and everybody becomes more of a character.
Right. The mark of a good movie or a good franchise. Something else that Mantis kind of brings up is that kind of the Guardian of the Galaxy thing, that thread of insecurity that runs through the whole thing. And another reason that I said, it's a good movie for anyone, but it really is a very Gen X movie. It speaks to that whole personal insecurity, overcoming it.
Born either in 1980 or 1981.
Yeah, he would have been on the tail end of that. Somewhere in that region between generations. Well, yeah. So I mean, technically he might be the generation after, but it's still, who's behind the film? Who's behind the writing? Gen X, isn't it?
James Gunn, I think he's in his 40s.
Okay, well there you go. It's right. See, I don't know any of this stuff, so you're the one with the names. I'm just like, ooh, cool movie.
See, I was a little worried when I first heard that Ego was going to be the dad. I'm like, well, we're not going to get Jason.
Okay.
Jason in the comics was the dad of Star-Lord. And he was, like, if Han Solo was like a prince, and he came from Spartax, and when I first heard when Yondu said in the first one that his dad's douchebag, I automatically thought of him.
Right.
Because that's how his character was. But I can't say that it's any worse without him. I really like Ego. I also like Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon really shines this movie, especially when he has lines with Yondu.
Right. Yes.
Yondu, the great stepdad of film.
Yeah, definitely. There were some really good moments there. Especially when they got in each other's face. That was.
And they killed him.
I know they killed him. Man, they could have kept Yondu around. But
maybe they'll bring him back like they did Phil Coulson.
Yeah, I don't know if that'd be any better.
They used Kree technology in his blood, and he just came back to life. That's why he's on the TV show.
You never know with comic book stuff, so it could happen. But I'm a big fan of if you're gonna kill him, leave him dead. It worked for the movie. Not excited to see Yondu go, but it worked for the movie. It wasn't one of those,
death scene.
Fantastic death scene. So that worked.
Can we talk about how ridiculous the Sovereign are? I freaking love how uptight and like essentially useless they are. I love that.
Yeah, they were a nice swipe at everybody who thinks they're a little too frickin' good. Oh my god. Yeah, they really ended up.
I was expecting them to like drink gold tea like this. Yes,
when they started popping up, the first thing I thought of, I'm gonna go political. The first thing I thought of was Trump's. Oh, we're rich, we're awesome, everything we do is good, but they just kinda suck.
And the Ravagers, the Trump voters.
Maybe, I don't know.
You see how white trash
they think everything they're doing is just the most awesome thing, and it just kind of all goes sour, and they don't quite get it, and everybody else is looking at them going, "Of course you suck. Look at you." Oh, the blue carpet. The blue carpet was nice, especially when it caught. And they have that awkward pause where everybody's kind of like, you know.
I didn't know that there was a red light district planet. I kind of want to see it in another movie. I want to hear that story because they're all the women are robots and they all look the same.
Yeah, that's a little weird, but you know, I mean, if you're gonna have
Is
a
it,
red
is
light
it, hey
district
man,
planet,
you saw my chick? Yeah, she looks.
she's everywhere.
She looks just like Anna. Yeah, but you know.
But you know, if there was going to be an entire red
Her hair is
planet
colored
or town, you know, city or whatever, in a future with androids, you know that would happen somewhere. You know, some giant company would be rolling them out, and somebody would be buying them, and you know, lots of 1,000. They wouldn't be bothering to personalize them, so you know, there you go. And you know, there's the little theme of depersonalizing technology sneaking in. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I wonder how sentient they are.
How what?
How sentient
yeah.
robots are. Can they
That's
think
up
for
in the air.
themselves, or they have to do what they're told?
Yeah, and you don't see enough to tell.
They have to put like a credit card.
But you know,
The arm is like, yep.
if you think about it,
Like a
depersonalization.
rewards card.
Yeah. Probably. Oh, that's bad.
Jesus.
But you know, depersonalization was what Ego was trying to do too. You know, he was trying to make all the universe himself.
Oh yeah.
So, you know.
Ego been getting bitches. What do you mean?
And, you know, of course, the Guardians of the Galaxies are, you know, swashbuckling scoundrels, so they're like the poster children for individuality. So, go individuality.
What? Go individuality? Oh, Jesus.
You're the one who asked me to do this. Yeah, you get what you deserve.
What I deserve? I mean, it's great to be put in the video. It's just I wasn't expecting to hear that. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
Nothing else popping into
That
my
ship got
mind.
fucked
So.
up. The Milano.
Yeah. There's.
Named after Melissa Milano.
If you like destruction, there's a lot of destruction. There's destruction all over the place. The whole second half of the movie is pretty much destroying stuff. So, if you like to see stuff blow up, there's something in it for you too.
And that poor Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
So I would be upset if nobody mentions that a Dairy Queen was destroyed in the next movie.
That's right.
It was like,
Ego
and then this
destroys.
bubble showed up.
Yeah.
Like last, what? No, this takes place like a few months after the first one.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that
I was about to say something that happened in Doctor Strange. I'm like, wait, that didn't happen yet.
Yeah, don't try and get me into the timeline of all the movies interconnected, because that's not going to work.
This is one of the few ones that goes back. All the other ones happen around the same time. Around the time that they're released is around the time in real time.
Now, for the third one, you know, we need an adolescent Groot. I will say that. You know, baby Groot was cute and everything, but it was hard to do a lot with him in the movie.
He's got a little herb mustache.
I mean, there you go. But yeah, you know, they managed to do a pretty good amount, given that he was essentially a toddler through the entire movie. Mm-hmm. But next movie, they need to fast forward a couple years or give him some Miracle Grow or something, you know, and age him a little
him
bit.
with a Chia Pet to get afro.
I'd pay to see that.
I was really surprised by Yondu's first mate.
Yeah.
How much I really liked him. Because I didn't really think about anything about him in the last movie. It's just like, oh, he's just one of his buddies. But he gets a lot of character in this.
Yes. He is really the one outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy who showcases loyalty. And that's another big theme running through this whole thing is loyalty. you know, and it's kind of playing on the Guardians of the Galaxy being a family of choice or a family of the heart, as opposed to a family of blood, and that whole, you know, Star-Lord rejecting Ego, his father, and finally kind of finding some kind of emotional reconciliation with Yondu.
I'm not even sure if Ego has blood.
Well, you know, Icar, whatever. Well, you know, Icar was the blood of the gods. What else does he have but Icar?
I know what it is. It's just, I remember what it was, but I'm just like, I don't hear anybody say that.
No, you usually hear Icar when it's horror now. People are like, oh, you know, zombies, they're full of Icar, you know. No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It sounds like something you'd say in a horror film now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a fictional gang in the comics called Ickers.
There you see?
They're
Icar's bad now.
They're it's a very violent gay gang.
Okay. I think we're off topic.
This always happens, and it's what makes my videos great. But yeah, I'm in between giving this an A- and an A. I really enjoy this movie. I think I'm gonna go A-, but that doesn't take away from it at all.
Yeah, I'd say it's the equal to the first film. Love the first one. Love this one.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was very well done. You know, they didn't kind of fall into that second film doldrum or anything. Hopefully, the third one, if one comes, I would hope they're planning one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, hopefully they can keep it up because you know they're going awesome with the second film.
Well, I mean, this is Marvel's first year for releasing 3 movies in a year.
Well, keep it up.
Yeah. I mean, if you keep paying, they'll make it.
Yeah.
They'll get everybody in the movie. They'll get Hasselhoff to do a cameo.
Oh my God! Yes.
They did some really good de-aging on Kurt Russell at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
Disney's rocking the de-aging and bringing dead actors or whatever, because they did that in Rogue One too.
Right. Yeah, that technology has really come a long way.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. We suggest that you should see it.
Definitely. Go see it.
That's part of the Crypto Critics. You know we love you.